In this video, I present some of the main landforms found on our planet, as well as their main characteristics. All of this in a quick, direct, and objective way. If you want to learn more, stay with me until the end. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Paulo. I'm a geography teacher, and I want to welcome you all to Jo Illustrata. Well, let's start this video by talking about what relief is. We can't talk about landforms without first defining what relief is, right? Well, relief is nothing more than the surface part of the lithosphere. It's the land on which we live, build our lives, and so on. And it has many different shapes, which are molded and sculpted over geological time. Landforms are also called geographic features, which is a term used for any relief form that offers contrast with others nearby. In other words, this is a generic term used to refer to any change or transformation that occurs on the Earth's surface. It's also common to use the terms rugged relief or rugged terrain for landscapes that have unevenness. Look, another very important thing you need to know is that the different landforms found in nature are shaped and modeled over geological time by internal and external agents. The internal ones are the movements of tectonic plates, which are mainly responsible for the major rock formations, such as mountains, mountain ranges, volcanoes, among others. On the other hand, external agents are mainly responsible for shaping and sculpting landforms over geological time. This happens mainly through the processes of weathering and erosion. And look, there are already plenty of videos here on the channel explaining all these processes, okay? Whether it's about weathering, erosion, or tectonic plate movements, it's worth checking out our physical geography playlist here, all right? Well, so without further ado, let's get to the part that I know you really want to see in this video, which are the actual landform features. Just a reminder, what I'm going to do here is give a quick explanation of each one, all right? I won't go into too much detail, otherwise we won't have time to see them all, but I do plan to make another video later on explaining some of them in more detail. So let's get started. But before that, guys, go ahead and leave a like to support the work, all right? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment too, because that really helps. So thank you in advance, and let's get on with the rest of the video. Let's start here with the mountains. Well, mountains are nothing more than a large natural elevation of the land with an altitude greater than 300 meters. They are mainly formed by the movement of plates, especially orogeny, which is when tectonic plates meet. Just a reminder, I've already explained that too, and I'll link the video in the card, okay? We also have mountain ranges, which are a group of mountains. They are also large masses of elevated landforms formed by orogeny. As examples, we can mention the Andes mountain range, the Swiss Alps, and the Himalaya mountain range. Hills, on the other hand, are slightly elevated mounds with an altitude of approximately 100 to 200 meters in height. So, the main difference between hills and mountains, which people often get confused about, is mainly related to their altitude and also to the formation process of both. We also have plateaus, which are stretches of more or less flat sedimentary land located at varying altitudes. It's a term that is sometimes also used as a synonym for a fairly flat surface. That is, a surface that has been heavily affected by the erosion process, becoming more or less flat. Well, the average altitude of 200 meters is generally used to distinguish a plateau. It is located at about 200 meters of altitude, having a more or less flat surface with little unevenness. Usually accompanying the plateaus, there are escarpments, which are steep slopes that appear on the edges of the plateaus. It can be formed by tectonic movements or also carved by external climatic forces. Two other very important landforms are depressions and plains. So, a depression is an area of the terrain that is located below the areas that are around it. To help you remember, think of depression, depressed, which means down, that is, an area that is lower than the others around it. This type of depression is called a relative depression. There are also absolute depressions, which are those depressions in areas that are located below sea level. Plains, on the other hand, are generally associated with flat areas of low altitude, usually less than 200 meters high. However, it's important to point out that there are plains that can be over 1,000 meters in altitude. These are called local base level plains or mountain plains. Because of this, we shouldn't rely only on altitude to identify a plain, okay? Another different landform that exists is the cuesta, which is a type of landform that has one side with a steep escarpment and the other with a gentle slope. This difference happens because the processes of weathering and erosion act on rocks with different hardness, wearing down some more and others less. That's why this differentiation occurs in the shape of this formation. The last geographical feature I would like to highlight in this video is valleys. Well, a valley is usually a low-altitude area surrounded by higher areas, such as mountains or hills. Its size can vary. It can be quite small, or it can also cover hundreds of square kilometers. Just to remind you, I chose these landforms because I thought they were some of the most important. If you're interested in this kind of knowledge and content, stay tuned to the channel, because soon I'll be releasing more videos explaining a bit more about this, all right? All the material I used in this video is available for download down below in the description, all right? The drawing of the landforms and also the reference material I used. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like to support the channel, subscribe, leave a comment, and see you next time. Thanks, take care.